Hello, everybody. Eaglelot made this stream happen a minute earlier than expected, so I mean, I am also still 34 minutes late, but hey, whatever. We're gonna get here. I am working tonight on Kineo. Going to continue to work on getting it available on Vision Pro. We're gonna actually switch all of our stuff. I guess we're not even on the right branch. Let's fix that. We're on the right branch, but we are not. What aren't we doing? We're not doing something right. See, this is what happens when you make the stream run a whole minute early. I think, yeah, we just need to run to us generate. Or toist fetch. And then toist generate. Now do we have a Vision Pro version? Yes, we do. All right. Let's work with that. How was your week, Eagleknot? How was your week? I don't know. I asked that question, and I started to ask that question like there was, a second question, and then there wasn't. How was your week? And also, at the same time, how was your week? Did you destroy the hopes and dreams of any developers? I hope you got a chance to do that. All right, here is our app. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have remembered to bring my game controller down here so we can move around. But I don't know how much of that we're going to be doing. Last stream, if you weren't here, we got this working where you've got a nice little preview of all of the pages. You played with a 4,943 geobyte. What is a geobyte? Zip bomb. I thought most zip bombs were just basically infinite. But that is cool. But yeah, we got the preview feature, and then I think we got the onion skinning feature that looks like this and shows you what your last couple of frames were as you are drawing. That's what we got working here. So I think that's where we're at. We have a play button, and that seems to be working pretty well. We don't have a stop button, which seems like an important step. We don't have controls on that button so that we can kind of switch between this loop mode and this bounce mode, which is different features that I've got. And then, yeah, we've got the layers. We've got the add other things. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we just kind of need to start prioritizing what features we actually need to be working on. That is a lot of terabytes. That is a significant number of terabytes. I did not know that I did not know that that was a thing. Wow. Okay. 1 geobyte holds 1,000 hellabytes. There is no other information here. Somehow this ended up on simple Wikipedia. Can I read the same thing on... This is the only Wikipedia that has a page for this. Okay. Geobyte. There's a geobyte. Yeah, no, that's a company. Besides the zip bomb, I don't think there's a practical application. I mean, that does seem like a very large number. But yeah, no, that's I love that, you know, there's enough in here, or like this is crazy enough that there's one line on Simple English Wikipedia, and then the next result is Urban Dictionary. So yeah, I don't know. It's 1,000 Bronto bytes. And then it also says that quetabyte is a synonym. But I thought it was saying, I thought this other thing said that quetabyte was like 10 to the 30th. Whereas this seems to be 10 to the 33rd. Yeah, it seems like nobody actually agrees on how big this is, which is fun. But yeah, okay. It's a lot of bytes, is I think what we've figured out. All right, so yeah, let's actually figure out the prioritization of features here. Let's go into issues list mode. And I think what we want to do actually first is we want to merge this branch back in. 10 to the 30th bytes or 1,000 Bronto bytes. Okay. Yeah, because the one on Simple English Wikipedia, and what we may have found out is that Simple English Wikipedia is just wrong. Oh. 1,000 helibytes or 10 to the 30th bytes. Okay, so it is 10 to the 30th. Okay, that's fine. There is no link to what a helibyte is, so who knows? Yeah. I guess that's the same as Brontobytes. Anything over petabyte is fake. Yeah, it did say that that wasn't a thing in the actual, like SI prefixes. Let's keep opening pages here. Yeah, because it said quetabyte was a real thing. Maybe it's a real thing. GEOP is not a standard prefix in the International System of Units, but quetabyte might be. Yeah, that actually is. So quetabyte is a synonym. It's the same thing, but this does seem to actually be an SI symbol. Hello, Donuts. How are you doing? How was your week? We're looking up ridiculously large numbers because Eaglenaut played with a zip bomb this week. And so we're finding out that there are just bonkers large numbers. So Ronabyte, 1,000 Ronabytes. It was a week. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Zip bombs are fun. Okay, so Yottabyte is finally the one where they're like, okay, we're going to give a little bit more information. But a quetabyte or a I honestly have no idea how this is pronounced. Geobyte is 1,000 Ronabytes, which is 1,000 Yottabytes, which is 1,000 zettabytes, which is 1,000 exabytes, which is 1,000 petabytes, which is like finally where it gets into like, I've heard of a petabyte. Like I can understand a petabyte. And then it's like, that's 1,000 terabytes, that's 1,000 gigabytes. And now we're into like terms that people actually use these days. Yottabot, I want a yeetabyte. That's just when you chuck a hard drive out a window. But yeah, so yeah, this is beyond the amount of data that I can even fathom. I can even understand. Okay, petabyte, yeah, defenestrate. I mean, see, it feels like you're at two very different levels of the English language when you're saying defenestrate on one hand and yeet on the other. I feel like we need a modern version of defenestrate. It's just like inyeetinate. We are inyeetening these all of the computers. Defeneate. Yeetistration. Yes. Yeah, these are all good. I like these. We're gonna quit that. But yeah, what were we actually trying to do? I, I I would love to continue this conversation. We can continue this conversation, and we should. But I'm also going to try to write some issues out here. I think part of what we wanted to do is we wanted to So what we're gonna do, we're gonna merge our current Vision Pro branch into our main branch so that we can actually start doing things in smaller bits and pieces. I think that'll be a good idea. But yeah, I think what we want to start with is doing that. I don't know. What we're also trying to do is figure out what features we still need. So yeah, let's go ahead and say we are going to. Do we have a Vision Pro project label? We don't. So let's start with that. Have you yeetistrating your backlog? Poof, it magically disappears. Yeah. Hey, I don't have that much of a backlog on Kineo. These are all of the features that I've ever had an idea for. We can probably inyeetinate our everything that we have to do with SharePlay, because I don't think we're ever going to do that. Most of the rest of the stuff I think that we will actually eventually handle. It's just a matter of actually fixing it. I don't know. I mean, some of the stuff we are like actively doing right now, this refactor defaults and export settings, we're working on as part of moving it to be shared. It's how project management creates tickets, so I should be allowed to close them in the same way. Yeah, just massive amounts to just toss it constantly. Hey, if you can dump 1,000 tickets on me, I can dump 1,000 tickets out the window. Yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff that we want to work on. All of these 22.x's need to become 23.x's. But yeah, I think that what we need to do is, we need to go create a new label that is Vision Pro or visionOS. And we need to start writing down everything that we need to do to get visionOS out the door. So, I think in order to get the labels, we need to go up a level. Easy enough. Issues. Well, maybe that's where milestones live. But labels may end lower down. I don't know. Let's go back here. Let's see where like export redesign, which is also something that I want to get to at some point. But where does labels even live? I don't understand. I thought it lived at that higher level. I could have sworn it did. But all I see in here is list, board, and milestones. I know milestones live at this higher level. Sad that the third major defenestration in Prague wasn't called the third defenestration in Prague. If you click on label, it should take you to labels. I mean, it took me to that search page. Yeah, it just took me to this search page. I think if I go to create a new issue, and then I click create, manage project labels, here we go. But can I manage, is there a label up above this? I think there might be. So if I just go to Kineo / label, nope, that doesn't exist. That also doesn't exist. And this is the page that I want, but I thought for some reason there was one that was higher level than project level, but maybe there's not. So let's just do one down here. So let's do this, and we'll say our title is visionOS. Yeah, it can be kind of a bummer. I don't know. It works fine. I think that the problem is that they take too many of the features and they make it part of the Enterprise Edition, so you have to actually go pay for it. So like all of the stuff like the Kanban boards and whatnot, they're all in that. But you know, it's better than nothing. I mean, it's reasonable. It's totally reasonable. I'm making it sound like it's awful, but it's not awful. It's just limited. Okay, visionOS. We've got a thing. Let's start this one. What did I say? Features related to visionOS. Issues specific to the iPad OS version supporting Kineo on the Mac. Yeah. No, I don't think that it's bad. It's just limited. It's bare bones. Hold on one second. I gotta grab my water bottle that I left on the other table. I don't have Compile Swift's hydrate. I don't know. Now I can't tell my labels apart. How dare you? All right, so we're gonna create a new. Okay, what all do we need? Let's work through this. We need the entire gallery view. Like, this is another problem. The other thing that they lock behind Enterprise Edition is epics. And so if I want to go create an issue that is like gallery view, obviously that's going to be a lot of smaller issues. And I would like to make that an epic, but that is something that's only available in the Enterprise Edition. Does GitHub issues have epics? I don't think it has epics at all, does it? So, I mean, it's at least better than that, right? Although I know GitHub has their like whole projects thing as well. I don't know if that's different.
Tune in next stream for a special stream, the third defenestration of Prague. Maybe even the fourth if you spend your crash reports.
Oh man, it's going to need to be more subs and bits if you want me to go to Prague. Flights to Prague aren't cheap. This can be the
D's Nuts Ahoy says screaming in fear cat face.
I did not know that that's how that worked with emojis. Yeah, it can be the first defenestration of Seattle. But yeah, I don't know about Prague. Yeah, GitHub issues epics. Working with epics and GitHub. Okay. So maybe. Oh god, this is like some third-party thing. Never mind.
D's Nuts Ahoy says face with open eyes and mouth with head exploding.
That's awesome. What does it do with like one of the Twitch emotes? Like if you do that and then you put like one of my emotes in there, what does it do? I would assume that it's just going to read the like text behind it. So like Coco T2 mute or whatever.
D's Nuts Ahoy says Coco 2x code burn.
Okay. Yeah. There's still something wrong with how I handle emotes at all, which is weird, but okay. So yeah, no epics, that's fine. I also probably should create a milestone for this. This is
These
like,
nuts ahoy says LUL.
what was I saying? We should probably also create a milestone for this, just to say like, here's what we're gonna actually release. But I don't know. Have release version visionOS issues versus not release version visionOS issues. But let's actually just write everything down first and then figure it out from there. So we can need the gallery
These
view.
nuts
We also
ahoy
need-
says fireworks sparkler pictorial card.
Okay. Pictorial card. That's an interesting one.
These nuts ahoy says eggplant, 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 eggplant.
Okay. This is just getting weirder and weirder as we go on. Eggplant abuse. All right. I mean, those are obviously the big views that we're missing. I guess we need to actually implement layers. I feel like what I'm writing right now is like very high level. Like behavior. Support. Adding and editing separate layers. I don't think that we need anything in this view. Oh, why did it get rid of the other window? I feel like that happened once before and we never figured out why it worked or why it happened. And now it's suddenly back. Okay, whatever. More AR cats. Hey, Compile Sweat, how are you doing? How was your week? Did you play with any zip bombs or yeet hard drives out of Windows? Because that's what Eagle Knots and Donuts did. Yeah, we're basically just trying to prioritize features, and I'm realizing that all of the features that I have are kind of too high level. So we've got our gallery button, we've got play pause, we've got the layers, and we've got the export view. Those are kind of the views that we need to deal with. But each of those is pretty high level. You are working on endless hurdles updates because somebody found bugs. Who did that? Who found bugs in your app? There's no bugs in your app. Hey, I am still, as far as I know, the #1 score in SHER. The incredibly difficult secret advanced mode of endless hurdles. I have a top score of 1. It's great. It's like OG Flappy Bird. It's very difficult to do. If you were chosen. All right, I guess I'll put it up to a poll. Who wants to see what with regards to this app? Because I'm not really feeling any one edit in particular. We can try working on layers. We can try working on having the gallery mode to have multiple separate things. There's no such thing as dark mode on visionOS, so that's not an option. Or we can work on export mode. So I guess the dark mode's not an option. There is no dark mode. Dark mode doesn't exist on visionOS. You have late night sketches. Here, watch what happens. You can go in here and you can say it's living room at night. And it does actually change like the transparent views. So obviously you have darker things in here. But no, there's no full dark mode. Way too bright, it burns your retinas. I mean, I can work on... If we work on layers, then one of those things will be changing the background color. And maybe we even change what the default background color is. You want to work on background color? Okay, we can work on background color. All right, so what we want to do, yeah, let's work on... So because the way that background color works in the app currently is that it's literally just you set a background color. And then what you do from there is, basically I just have a single output thing, and you select a background color, and the background color draws the canvas view draws the background color, and then it draws the background image, and then it draws your canvas view. What I want that to be is I want it to be more like a Photoshop layers type thing. And you're able to put individual layers. And I think each individual layer... See, this is the part that I haven't quite figured out yet. I want to have some layers that are marked as like static layers, and these are backgrounds, for example. Things that are going to stay the same across multiple pages. And then you'll have other layers that are dynamic. I guess that's what you could call it, is like static and dynamic layers, or locked and unlocked layers, where they don't change, or they do or do not change in between frames, I guess is the way that I would describe that. And I think what we would do is we would just make background color and background image the background most layer in our new system. And so you would get away with doing that. And so, but the other thing that I really haven't figured out also is we almost need like a fill tool in order to do the background color. Let's take a look at that. Do we have a fill tool? Do we have a fuel tool in the app? We need Holix to build us a fuel tool. He's the fuel expert. You know what we really need is we need a simulator that works and doesn't keep getting rid of my toolbar. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything that looks like a fill tool in here, although, what is this? This might be something like that. Nope, that's clearly not that. Also need to figure out how to not make these interact with each other. Seems like a problem. But yeah, we've got a bunch of different tools, but none of them are really a fill tool. So, we kind of need to figure out how we're going to handle the design for this. So I guess what detecting foreground background iOS app is just on change of scene phase, new phase in. Yeah, no, that's right. And scene phase is like an environment thing, I think. Yeah. Yeah, you have a scene phase environment variable. Why didn't you put that in 1.0? Don't know. Yeah, I need that for BDs because right now I have a problem where what is the problem with that one? Oh, if you launch the app and it's gone over a day boundary. So if you like launch the app at 11 o'clock and then you launch it again and it's, you know, shortly after midnight, it won't refresh and show you today's date. So I need to add the scene phase for that. That's the thing that I need to add to that. All right, so let's actually go look at the iOS app and kind of look at how we're doing this currently and how we might translate that to visionOS and to SwiftUI in general. Or not, because we can't actually launch the iOS app. We can't actually compile that. Okay. That seems like something we want to fix at some point, but through the nature of having it already installed on a different device, we can go into here. And so here's the app as it is. And we go into here and we have like a change background color here and a change background image. I'm not sure how I want this to work. This is a confusing option. So what I don't have our toolbar again. What I want is that we've got the layers, and I've showed this in the past where I had this working, where these are all on that, like those layers of glass, and when they, and I promise I'm holding my hands up for a reason. It will make sense in a second. I just prematurely held my hands up. Get over it. That when you tap that layers button, it kind of brings everything and it swirls it outwards like the Xcode view debugger and kind of puts everything from this 2D to 3D, and you're able to see it like that. And that's how I want you to be able to select and switch between layers. Because I think it looks really cool. It works with visionOS as an understanding, as a UI, and I think that makes sense. What I am not sure is a good thing there is that we almost need this to be like a switch layers button, and then you also have things that interact with the current layer that you're building. And I feel like that switch layers is different enough that it almost should be separate from the other items in the toolbar. I feel like we need the ability to have a toolbar. They really need to ship another version of the simulator. This has been a frustrating developer experience since beta 2. Okay. Also, I have no idea what happened to my data. It's just gone. Okay, don't worry about that. Yeah, so we've got play, and then we've got like a little separator. I don't know if that's coming across on the stream, but there's a little separator there. We have our drawing tools. We have change layers. We have export, and then we have like add item. This one's I'm probably gonna tweak that icon. So I kind of need to feel like I need to figure out how these work and how they like need to be grouped together, because I feel like tools and insert item, they go together pretty well. And then maybe this new thing where it's like, okay, pick a background color, or yeah, like pick a background color. I think that can go with the rest. Insert image, or sorry, background image, that's just going to be insert image on a background layer. I think that's fine. What I haven't figured out yet, yeah, I guess what we want, this is just like a change layers, and then we need a background color. Or maybe we just need to make it like a fill tool. Do we have a fill bucket symbol in SF symbols? Fill. Erase. Okay, they all have fill. Bucket. Is there like a paint bucket tool? No. Yeah, if I just search for fill, it's all of these items that are just filled. It's not super helpful. Do we have a... Hey, thanks for the follow, NwinVin202222. Yeah, where's... Okay, so this does include all of our things. Yeah, what I really want is like a paint bucket tool. But I don't see anything like that. I guess we could use this paintbrush. Let's use the paintbrush for now. We can decide if that's the best tool later. But let's start with the paintbrush, and we'll just say that this is our background color picker. So let's go add a new item to our array. Where do we actually even set that up? That would be Canvas View has, no, sorry, not Canvas View, but Content View has a toolbar. Canvas toolbar content. Toolbar items. Yeah, here we go. So we got a tool picker button, we got a layer button, we got a share button, we got an insert button. Let's go ahead and put a fill button. And what are we going to do with this? So let's just copy share button for now. We'll rename this to fill button, and our image is going to be, what was it, just paintbrush? Oh yeah, obviously I did copy that. Okay. Oh, I know why we deleted all of our stuff. Apparently clicking the share button just resets all of our data. I forgot that I made that do that. Okay. So what I want to do here is I want to present a color picker, I guess. Yeah, so we'll need to, okay. Present color picker. So I think the first thing that we need to do is we need to figure out how to present stuff. How to do like a popover. And, because, yeah, what we want it to look like is we want it to look kind of like, okay. Apparently we can't launch our app anymore. We don't have a toolbar. But anyway, do you remember when I popped open that thing on the eraser and it said, do you want pixel mode or object mode? That's what we're trying to build. I just need to be able to demonstrate that. So yeah, we go into here and then we click on this eraser. It gives us this little popover. At least I'm going to assume that that's a popover. I don't actually know what that is. But yeah, this is what I want, is that when we click that button in the regular toolbar, we get a popover there. And that just says, that just has a color picker in it, basically. So can I... Yeah, is just popover just a thing in Canvas View? I don't know. Let's find out. Or sorry, not Canvas View. I've done this again. I need to go to Content View. So yeah, do we have a popover? Okay, so we have a popover. We have an is presented. We can give it an attachment anchor. I don't think that's what we want. I think what we want is... Yeah, what is a popover attachment tagger? Was it not attachment tagger that was in here? Oh, take me to the... Yeah, it is. It's totally attachment tagger. There we go. Dot point and dot rect. The anchor point for the popover expressed as a unit point that describes possible alignments relative to a SwiftUI view, and dot rect, the anchor point for the popover relative to the source's frame. So I don't think that either one of these is really what I want. SwiftUI toolbar popover. Could also use the paint palette symbol instead of the paintbrush. Yeah. And I think that is, yeah, I mean, I've got it pulled up over here. That is what I use on the other one. I feel like at the top level, that might be slightly confusing because that almost seems like I'm picking the color that you're going to draw with rather than the background color. I mean, that's, you know, the paintbrush isn't much better in that sense. So I don't know. Yeah, I could use it. SwiftUI popover presented from a button installed in the nav bar does not dismiss when tapped outside the popover. Make a navigation view and everything that will invoke popovers in navigation bar items instead. Yeah, no, I really would just prefer the paint spiller. I think that would be best. Pop-up menus. That sounds more like what I want. Hey, it's by Karen. Yeah, this didn't... I don't know that I saw anything that said menu on it. How they compare to similar sheets like sheets and menu pickers. So SwiftUI menu shows a list of button actions when tapped and uses a popover style. Menu is equivalent to using a button and a popover. You can see examples in this blog post about SwiftUI menus and context menus. Picker view has a styling option for menu, which also uses a popover. And I feel like that almost sounds more like what I want, is just to add a menu to that button. Yeah, this looks way more like what I want. How do I do this in SwiftUI? SwiftUI pop-up menu button. Menu. Okay, so here's a menu. Oh, I guess I just have a menu. Okay. Can I put this into my toolbar content? Can I just put a menu in here? Well, see, now I still feel like this is not quite what I want. It's okay. We're gonna try this. So if I say this is a menu, and it has content and it has a label, then we put the color picker in here, and then our label is this image. Yeah. That sounds maybe right. And then Swift UI color picker. Look at that. Perfect. He's literally just color picker. All right. And then we'll throw a state in here for now. But I think eventually we'll want this to be a either an environment object or a binding of some kind. At state, private var, background color, presumably color, I assume is what that is. Yep. All right, let's see. Oops. Let's see if that gives us what we want. Fill button initializer is inaccessible due to private protection level. Okay, so I think we need to default this to clear. There we go. That'll do it. Or maybe it would have been more accurate to set it to white, but since we're not actually doing anything yet, I don't think it matters. My button to hide that thing doesn't exist anymore. Okay, well that didn't work. Yeah, I want there to be a color picker in there, but I don't think that's working. What happens if I put a popover on this? You know, we bring back our button and we just put a popover on the button. Is that a good idea? Probably not. But we'll find out. At state private var showing color picker is showing color picker. Color equals false. Is presented is showing color picker. Content, this is going to be our color picker. Yep. So far so good. And then our action is just going to be is showing color picker equals true. So that should trigger that. Does it work? God. Somehow that's even worse. And I don't seem to be able to dismiss it. Oh, spatial presentations are not permitted from popovers. Who on earth is doing a spatial presentation? Nobody wants to do a spatial presentation. What are you talking about? Please don't tell me that color picker requires a spatial window. Everything is going spatial? It better not be. I mean, they seem to have built a lot around things not being spatial. Oh, is color picker... Hold on. Hold on. Is color picker actually what I want? This is a color well. See, now this is the problem. Okay. The color picker provides a color well that shows the currently selected color and displays the larger color picker that allows the users to select a new color. You can use color picker by embedding embedding it inside a view hierarchy and initializing it with a title string and a binding to a color. So it almost sounds like what I should be doing is I should be making the fill button just the color picker. Which is not going to give us the right UI, but oh my gosh. The simulator stuff is going to drive me bonkers. Okay. So this is what we want. What we don't want is this. Can we provide a better label for this? But yeah, basically this is what I want, is that when you have this, you pop this open. It's quite large. I don't know how much I love that. But basically, as you select whatever you want in here, it would change the background color over there. This is basically what I want. Should I spend time messing with trying to fix the display now? Or should I focus on doing the actual change of the background color? Let's at least see what we have in terms of color pickers, like labels. Oh, we do have a label. Sweet. What if I just did that? Selection, background color. Oh my god, which one is that? Background color, label, and then yeah, what if we just make our label this? Yeah, no, maybe? Let's see if that's better, at least. Is it going to give us a toolbar? Probably not. Yeah. I don't know why I get my hopes up that that's ever going to work. I mean, it's closer. It's still not quite what I want, but hey, you know what? We're gonna call that good enough for now. We're gonna work on actually implementing our background color. Okay, I lied. I'm gonna look one more thing on here. Color picker. Can I just is there just a hides color well entirely? Supports opacity. Is the default for that true? Yeah, default is true. Okay. Yeah, there's no way for me to hide color well on the color picker. That's fine, I guess. For now. It's something that we can start with. I guess, yeah, now what we need to do is we need to have some way of tying our background color to this. So I guess we can also get rid of that. We have our background color state here. I think what we're going to need is this is going to take in a background color binding. Or, better yet, I think what this is going to take in is this is going to take in our editing state. And then what we need this to do at binding private var editing state got that. And then basically on change of we can't do like derived things, can we? Can we do like selection is editing state dot current page dot background color? Or I guess it wouldn't be current page, would it? Do we even have a background color on editing state? We would have to, right? That's, yeah, canvas background color. Well, that's to UI color. Okay, so we definitely don't want to do that. So yeah, background color, and then on change of background color. All we care about is the new value. Editing state dot canvas background color equals new color dot UI color. How do I create a UI color from a color? Surely there's a way to do that. I can get a CG color off of it, which is deprecated. Never mind. You're not going to make me get like the red, blue, green color values and turn it into this, right? It seems like you might be. There is a new initializer that takes a color and returns a UI color. So you just create a UI color from a color. Okay, perfect. Much better. UI color, new color. Cannot assign to property. Canvas background color is a get only property. Oh, right. Do I need to... do I have the whole lenses thing? Editing state equals editing state. Setting background color to, yeah. Why did I do this? This was a dumb decision that I made to make editing state work like that. And I regret it. Okay, so we need to pass in editing state to our fill button, which thankfully we already have editing state here, so we don't have to plumb anything new through. We can just do that. Perfect. All right, so now what we need to do is we need our canvas view to actually use that color. And it seems like it's not our canvas view. Okay, content view. Where is that color actually coming from? Okay, yeah, drawing canvas background white. But I think what we need is our background color is now editing, well, it would be editing state color, UI color, editing state dot canvas background color. Yeah, that seems reasonable. All right, let's try actually changing this. Immediately just dies. Okay. Couldn't load color named canvas background. Is that because we have different asset catalogs? Haunted, thrown out the window. I'm guessing this is because we have different asset catalogs and we're using this shared thing. And so we don't have that cassette analog. We don't have that asset, which would be in here. Yeah. So I think maybe we need to move this over into shared, which means shared needs of resources. Yeah, let's try doing this. But the problem that I'm going to run into is that now app icon lives in that. Why don't we just copy and paste this into the other thing for now? I think we'll eventually want to do this, but I am feeling lazy. So I'm not going to do that. Oh, hang on. Yeah, there we go. So look, oh crap, I deleted the wrong one. This wasn't even the, yeah, our original canvas background was not pure white anyway, so we had it slightly too eye blinding. Yeah, there's our editing state. So let's start with that. Ta-da. Okay. Because we launched this once already, now we have to reboot it instead of, so that we can have a toolbar. Hey, Adamolf, how are you doing? Always the right decision to delay a yak shaving? Yeah, exactly. Alright, so we need this. And then look, there we go. Different colors. Let's see. Let's pick a color that is going to be happy for the people that said that it was too much, too bright. So yeah, there's your background color. What's interesting is that this is... the opacity is not doing anything. Which that seems like that should exist. Can I set a breakpoint here? And then like tweak this and it should re-render? Apparently not. Oh, weird. So it does change when I do that. Why are you like this? I guess we'll just print that inside our fill button. Maybe we set a breakpoint there. And then we remember that this is never going to work because we're not going to have a toolbar. I need to create some kind of facility where that gallery button is just whatever toolbar I normally need. Watching someone else fix bugs instead of fixing bugs yourself? Hey, that's always a good plan. I'm doing this to procrastinate away from, oh, I didn't mean to actually set a breakpoint. I guess I did mean to set a breakpoint there. Yeah, this is saying it has a 0 alpha. So it's weird to me that that background color matters. Or sorry, like, yeah, isn't being displayed at all. You want to be Cocoa type so you're creating bugs in sync? Nice. No, I'm procrastinating from my own thing that I want to do by doing this. So it's all one big circle. It's procrastination all the way down. Exactly. Okay, so yeah, we are getting something with zero alpha. So I don't know why we see a background color at all. That's interesting. Do I need to do... yeah, is opaque is false on canvas view. So that's not the problem. Does dot background only work with fully opaque colors? Why don't we try this? Let's do color dot... although, hold on. Maybe editing state, we do like a setting background color. Maybe that won't do clear colors for some reason. Where is, yeah, setting background color to. Setting background color hex. Ooh. So I store it as a hex value. Well, that would explain why I don't have a... that would explain why I don't have like an alpha component to this. So what's happening is that we're setting it, we're probably dumping it to hex, which in turn drops the alpha value. And then when we load it back up in order to actually display it, we no longer have an alpha value. That's why that's not working. Okay, so we set background color hex to string. I wonder what this looks like. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Come on, go here. Let's just continue. Yeah, what is new hex? Is this just the digits? Yeah, that is just the digits. So I think what we can do is we can just do RGBA or ARGB. I don't know which one's more common. Probably RGBA, right? RGBA versus ARGB. Which is more common? What you should care about is that regardless of Indianness, ARGB is the most significant. Well, does that actually matter? I don't think that this is true. This seems silly. Now, does anybody remember if iOS is a big Indian or little Indian? Little Indian, okay. CSS uses RGBA? Okay. I mean, RGBA makes more sense from a perspective of iOS anyway. I think, yeah, I'm like looking for what's more reasonable. But like, if you look at the very definition of UI color, yeah. Red, green, blue, alpha. Display P3, red, green, blue, alpha. Hue, sorry, wait, that's hue. We don't care about that. Just regular, red, green, blue, alpha. So alpha's always the last one, so we should just use RGBA. And then, yeah, I guess what I want to do then here, so we've got setting background color to hex. Do we have like an actual setting background color that then does that hex calculation? Yeah, setting background color to color.hex. I think this we need to, yeah, we need to start making this do RGBA. And then we need this to be smart enough to know, okay, well, if it's 6 digits, then you do this. If it's 7 digits, you do this. So I think we can do that. I think we would even do it, like, do we call init with hex literal anywhere else? I doubt it. Actually, we might. We don't. Okay, so I can make this a private convenience init. And that should still build. Cool. So we're going to call this RGB hex literal. I think we still want hex to just start dumping out RGBA. I don't think we need to maintain an RGB hex output. But we do obviously need to maintain an RGB hex input. So we're going to say hex literal equals hex int string radix 16. Okay, so again, I'm confused. Okay, so I think guardlet hex string hex literal. So yeah, we definitely need a hex literal regardless. So then I guess what we want to do here is we're just going to say if hex string dot count is 6 self dot init with RGB hex literal. We can literally just move this up. Else if hex string dot count double equals 8 self dot init RGBA hex literal, which doesn't exist yet. Hex liberal. Else return nil. Okay, so let's grab this. And then I think we just need to add 8 to each of these. So 16 plus 8 is 24. 16, 8, 0. Ergba hex literal. Okay, so that should store that. And then this now needs to take into account this. Alpha is and alpha. We're basically just going to copy all of these. I am working on a YouTube video that I want to put out soon that is based on the conversation we had a couple streams ago where we talked about the select next occurrence stuff and the navigation that you can do with that. I just did right there. But I'm working on that because I want to do some more short form YouTube content. So look forward to that. And if you have any other like tips and tricks that you see me using in Xcode that you would like to see a bigger deep dive on, let me know. But yeah, so that should give us our GBA there. Let's go ahead and rerun that. Let's see if that helps with anything. Toast videos? Okay. What specifically? Do you, yeah, I'm happy to do some Toast videos. I think that would be fun. I don't want to do like just a 2-hour long video of like, here's everything to know about Toast. But yeah, no. Converting your apps over. Okay, yeah. I mean, I did the video of converting like an existing app. Yeah, trying to think of like, yeah, specifics to dive into. Cause yeah, I mean, like I could just do like, here's a basic app. And then I've also got the several live streams of, hey, if you want to see what it looks like to take an existing whole app and do this, here's how you do it. But yeah, I'd also love to find some like specifics to kind of dig into. I think that'd be a good one. Because yeah, like I said, I kind of want more short form content. So anything that's going to take an hour to explain, I would rather just do as a live stream. And, you know, live streams are more fun. But I want to get some of that, like, you know, 3 to 10 minute content. I think that'd be great. And so, yeah, that whole select next occurrence stuff, I think I timed it out and it's like 4 minutes. I think that's perfect for short form YouTube content. So yeah, that should be pretty fun. Good friend, this guy NZ needs to add a target to his project, and that's something Toast could probably do easier if you had it set up for a project already. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the entire reason why I converted this project over to Toast in order to do visionOS is like, oh, I need to like break this up and I need to be able to share components across stuff. That is way easier to do with Toast than to try to do it in Xcode. Okay. Well, it did completely get rid of our view. So let's... Oh, now it doesn't seem to exist at all. Are we falling into the nil case for some reason? Let's crank this all the way up to 100. So this should be purely black, and we're not seeing it at all right now. So let's go into our... Like, where was that code? Here we go. Oops. Color. I would guess that we're probably going to want to get into here. Like, as we change this, this should do something. Okay, what is our hex string right now? It does look like we've got an 8-character hex string. PO hex string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we have 0000 FD. So this is black with some amount of alpha. So let's get into our convenience init with hex literal. So we do get into there. So what do we get? Red is 0, green is 0, blue is 0, alpha is also 0. Oh, you know what I've done here? I forgot to add 2 characters to each of these. 0, 0, FF 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's where we have messed up. Our bitwise operations, that didn't work. Also, should notice something else. As I built this, this should be 0, not 8. Double messed it up. Hey, there we go. There's our pure black. And so yeah, like as I change this, it's jumping around a lot, but that's fine. Okay. Yeah, you're able to kind of tweak what this looks like in the background. So yeah, like let's make it a yellow color, but then pull it back down. You fix the iPad upright button, that will keep him quiet. Good. That pesky guy doing debugging questions. And I think it all it should be. Also, hold on. This is me getting distracted by stuff. Look at this. The red color, like, it actually shines onto this view. I don't know how well that's coming across on stream, but like this red is actually affecting the color of this toolbar right here. That's kind of neat. I don't know. I'm getting distracted by stuff like that. If I crank this all the way up, yeah, you can really see it there. Let me see if I can zoom in. That's pretty cool. I did not expect that to do that. Where the views actually, yeah, hit on each other. Like that's pretty cool. All right, so yeah, I mean, I think that worked. Let's just to here. I'm also this is too eye searing again. Take it down to this, or I don't know, like let's look at nice like nighttime blue. There we go. Remove that. That's like a dusk. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, so now let's draw some content over the top of this. Let's get this button out, and then let's create like a moon. Ooh, that's... Why does our color picker look nicer than theirs? Still don't know how that color selector is going to work with the headset. Yeah. Their color picker doesn't even work. It's amazing. Okay, well, so we get to draw in these colors. Okay, we're gonna draw a blue moon. This is a terrible design for drawing moons. Let's get this. Is this? Oh, that's too thin of a point. What about the highlighter? The highlighter, like full opacity. There we go. There's our moon. Then we're gonna have some yellow stars. This is our amazing designs here. Yeah, no, I think that's looking pretty good. I think that's basically what we want. To set iPhone apps to landscape only on iPad, just set supported interface orientations to return landscape. Oh yeah, so I started to talk about this. Was it not just setting the iPad landscape stuff? Because if you go in here, yeah, you've got iPhone orientation and iPad orientation. Was it not just you also have to check that for iPad? That didn't do anything? That's surprising to me. You don't have iPad in there as supported. So if you don't support iPad, so let's open like Debugulator. You don't even have that ability. Interesting. Yeah, Debugulator doesn't support iPad, so let's take a look at what Debugulator has. Yeah, oh, that does. It's not even in that list. Interesting. I wonder if you could set those values, if you know what they are. And that would work even though it's not exposed in the UI. Because I think those are just info plist tags, right? Supported interface, all right. Well, okay, look. Even though I don't support iPad, this is in my info plist. Supported interface orientations iPad. Like, that just seems to be something that you have by default in here. UI supported interface orientations iPad. Tilde iPad. So that's probably actually what you need to do. I mean, the UI interface orientation one is fine as well. Sorry, not UI interface orientation. UI view controller. Supported interface orientations is the word I was looking for. But yeah, this is probably actually what you need to tweak if you don't want it in your code. Is just edit this thing. Explains how you run your day though. All I did was launch the app on iPad and it was in portrait by default. I didn't do anything to ruin your day. But you do need to ship that quickly before this guy's kid beats my score in SR. Oh, that didn't do what I wanted. Friends don't launch friends apps. I wish my friends would launch my apps more often. You are free to launch my app whenever you want. I do need to give this guy, NZ, like a beta code for Kineo. Not a beta code, but like a promo code for Kineo. Because his kid draws all those animations and stuff for the game. I'm like, hey, you would love this app. This is basically the same thing in app form. Go draw animations for the box in Kineo. You're too nice to be critical? Yeah, that sounds like you. Okay, so we've got... I'm having a lot of trouble getting to the corner there. There we go. Yeah, we need to fix this at some point. Let's fix that, or let's add that to the list. Sorry, let's not actually fix that right now because I don't want to do that. GitHub issues. All right, window resizing issue, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think the next thing that I want to do is I want to fix this window curve. Because, yeah, that seems like a problem to me. Let's go fix that. It's too ugly to continue to exist. So here's our canvas view. No, this is... So, okay, this is interesting because this is our existing canvas view. And it has a corner radius. That makes me wonder if, because this is the background, can we actually, well, I think we've already proved out that we can draw all the way into the corners. Because we drew into the corners with this, yeah. Although, did we? It almost doesn't look like we did. Can we get way up in that corner? We can't. We can't get right up into that corner. And that's because the canvas has a different corner radius. Okay. So, if we've got our canvas view, because this one is the same across both of these. I feel like we need our canvas view to not have a corner radius. You know what? No. I'm going to take Adam Wolf's advice and not yak shave. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bigger corner radius on the content view, and then we don't have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about the fact that it doesn't go all the way into the corners, because we can just put our corner radius here. Dot corner radius. Clips this view to a bounding frame. Use clip shape or fill instead. Yeah, that's a better idea. Clip shape. Rounded rect. Corner size. Corner radius. Yeah, corner radius. And then I think style by default is continuous, so that's fine. Yeah, 25. That sounds reasonable, right? Yeah, there we go. Done. I feel like we probably don't want to hard code it to 25. What did we put the gallery button? 16? Yeah, let's go with that. We'll probably want to declare that as a constant somewhere, but yeah, no, look at that. That looks fine. Okay. What happens if we give this whole thing a glass background effect? I don't think that's what we want to do. Because if we want to be able to trace things in the real world, I don't think that's really a thing that we want. Yeah, okay, but this does, I like the effect that it provides. I just don't know. Yeah, if we quit this and we give it the simulator. Sorry, we give it the toolbar. And then if we make that completely transparent, are we going to have... Is our glass background effect itself going to cover up the background? I think that's a problem that we're going to have. Because I do want the ability to like trace this. So if we do that, yeah, see, even if we go to completely 0, we still have this effect. So I kind of want the glass background effect itself to also take into account this alpha value. Can we apply the glass background effect to the background? Oops, that's not quite, come on. What happens if we do that? Wow, that looks terrible. Why is it doing that? This is a background. So why is the background over the canvas? So that's better, but that's not what we wanted to do. Because, yeah, we want that glass background effect to be on the background. And I would have thought that this is what that would have been. And it's not. This is now applying the glass background effect to everything, which is not at all what we want. I think we're going to have to play with this one a little bit more. I don't know how to fix that. The last thing that we do need to fix, though, is something that I noticed on that last launch, which is if we go into our toolbar, this was defaulting to clear, and I think this needs to now default to our editing state, which means we need to do it in here. So this is going to be a state private var. Background color is a color, and then background color equals, can we actually do this? Background color equals editing state dot background color. Cannot assign to property. Yeah, we need the underscore background color equals state initial value. Cannot assign to property. Canvas background color is a get only property. What? Yeah, no, I don't want this to be a get. What are you talking about? Cannot assign to property. Canvas background color is a get only property. I agree. I totally agree with that. All I'm doing is getting this, though. Is it editing state dot wrap value dot canvas background color? There we go. Okay. And then now I can do this. Let's just do this over here. Wrapped value. Yeah. Okay. Because, yeah, editing state is coming in as the binding to editing state. That's why I couldn't do it. Okay. Sorry. That made totally reasonable sense, but my brain shut off for a minute, and so I forgot how to use property wrappers. Okay. So we got an editing state. We got a background color. Yeah, so now if we build and run, assuming we have a toolbar, which we don't, because of course, we should see that that toolbar defaults to the color that we're actually using. Did it not actually run? There we go. All right, there we go. Yeah, see how we have this dark purple color now? And yeah, it's defaulting to that. So if we change it to something else, that also works. And yeah, now we're able to get this effect. So if I wanted to, I could trace this TV on the wall in bright red. It's like, oh, here's our TV. Well, does it work? Apparently not. Why doesn't that work? That's worth looking into at some point. And then I just noticed another issue, which is that our backgrounds over here, those don't take effect yet either. So let's figure that out as well. So those are our film strip existing, well, not existing page cell, that's the old one. Where is film strip? This one. Yeah. Existing page button. Too excited about Xcode. Button border shape, existing page button label. So we pass in a page to this, and we give it a Z stack with the color white. I think this needs to... See, the problem is this needs to take in a editing state in order to know what its background color is. Or I guess we could just pass in a background color. At that point, why would we even apply it here, though? Could we just apply that to here? There we go. And you still get this effect. And so then if we quit the app to launch it. Was too excited about Xcode to redeem? Yes. Too excited about Xcode by K&H on 8/4/23. Yeah. That was... It wasn't as bad as the other night when I was working on BDs and there were like 12 redeems in one night. Oh yeah, look at that. As we change this, it just automatically affects that background. Perfect. That's exactly what I want that to do. I love how SwiftUI just makes that like, hey, we're setting this data somewhere and it just automatically affects your entire UI and it's just so easy to do. That's... I love it. Yeah, it's magical. It's like SwiftUI makes, you know, having a single source of truth for everything just super easy. And then things just work. It's very cool. All right. I was gonna say, I think that might be where I end it tonight, but that is a little early. Do you have any ideas for anything that I can tackle that's not starting any too big of a project, but still is something to go do? Let's look into seeing if this color picker, SwiftUI color picker hide well. Gotta fix the pen. Yeah, I do want to know why that pen wasn't working. We got the pen here. So the pen's working just fine now. I want to know if that's related to... Yeah, now we don't have a toolbar. Can I fix that part of the toolbar at least? I know that the other toolbar issue that we have, that's related to the simulator. But the toolbar issue where it disappears after we do this, that's us. That's our thing that's broken. Let's see if we can fix that. Let me commit what I have first. And then yeah, we'll go work on that. Looking pretty darn sweet for a day one release. I mean, we got a lot to do left. But yeah, no, I mean, it definitely looks like we could hit a day one release. Oh. See, I showed you this stuff in info playlist and now it wants me to commit them. We're not going to commit that. Oh, I don't want to delete that. Oh, hold on. Stage. I just want to unstage this. Oh god, what have I done? No, I do want to get rid of those changes. Okay, cool. I'm good now. All right, content view. Yeah, we can get rid of this popover that didn't do anything. That background color is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. It's fine. Or is this fine? Yeah, we need to get rid of that dump fill button. Let's get rid of that. And then color.swift. Yeah, these are all good. All right. Stage that. And we're just going to say add background color picker. All right, so that's good. Yeah, let's look into fixing the trying to remember what the heck it is. Oh yeah, we're fixing the toolbar disappearing. Canvas view. This actually is related to canvas view. But not this canvas view. Is it just canvas? Yeah, it's just canvas. We used to have a thing in here when I first built this that was like a... I'm gonna have to go back and look at my Git history. We used to have something in here that had, oh, on first responder change. You don't think you've seen any two developers that have the same Git workflow or tooling? Yeah. No. Everybody has their own special way of making it work, and trying to make people conform to one is madness. I'm not bringing work fights into stream. You're bringing work fights into stream. Shut up. On first responder change. Did we ever actually implement this? That is not what I copied, Xcode. On first responder change. Canvas on first responder change. Do this. So that should exist. Is toolpicker visible? Is toolpicker is visible, and canvas is first responder. Toolpicker is visible. It's not that my way is right, it's just that your way is wrong, yeah. It's not that my way is right, it's that my way works for me. And your way works for you. And it's okay for both to coexist. It's fine. I need to fix this at some point too. Let's log in that. Did you post your widget kit stream to YouTube? I promised to send my team the link. I did. I need a YouTube button, but it's youtube.com/@cocotype. @COCOATYP. And then, yeah, it's right here. Cocotype live streams. God, that banner's ugly. I need to make a new banner. Yep, it's right here. App Dev live stream interactive home screen widgets. It's in the Cocotype live streams playlist. Your way has been a slow Katamari Damacy of mistakes. It also works. So we've got these. Okay, so is toolpicker visible? I think this is the thing that we need. A toolpicker is visible. This value might not be true. Toolpicker is visible. And canvas is first responder. Yeah, let's just see what this does. Let's try launching the app. Let's try having a toolbar and launching the app. So we are going to... No, this isn't the right button. We need to click this button. And then we need to click this button. And it didn't get triggered ever. That seems like a problem. Does any of this get triggered ever? Yeah. So what's interesting is we haven't hit the breakpoint yet, and that coordinator should totally have existed by now. I almost feel like we've got enough of a problem that we don't need to see the toolbar. Let coordinator equals context.coordinator, coordinator.toolpicker, coordinator.canvas. So we have a coordinator.canvas right here. That should set this did set. Like, that should trigger this did set right here. Yep, canvas coordinator. So that's right there. So we should get into here. Yeah, we should be hitting this breakpoint right here. Why aren't we? Because there's our problem right there. Is that we should be getting that, and that should be setting all of these responder changes. But that isn't happening. That we should be setting this canvas view and should be doing something, but it's not. I mean, I could try extracting this out to a function that's like update canvas observers. But even that's like, this isn't quite doing what I want. Because this needs to have that. I don't have an old value, so update canvas observers. I guess I could do an old value, or maybe old canvas. Old value. And then that way I can do old value, old canvas is a canvas view, optional equals nil. So that way we have that. Let's set our breakpoint here. And then here we're just going to say coordinator dot update canvas observers. Okay. What's weird is that it didn't hit this breakpoint, but I'm going to assume that was because I moved it as I was launching. We did get down into here. And this is coming from the did set. So the reason why this isn't running is because it hasn't hit it yet. But the did set was what was not running before. What on earth? No, in that case, I'm going to get rid of this one. Yeah. Okay, so this is suddenly triggering now that it's outside of the did set. I got nothing, man. I don't know what happened there. Do we get our on first responder change, though? It seems like that's not changing. Are we ever changing our first responder? That's the next question. Because that was definitely the case before, and that was why we were running into this issue. So yeah, we are saying become first responder. Do we have an on first responder change at this point? Yes, we actually do. Which should be this. But that doesn't trigger. The only thing I can think of is that we're getting a different canvas for some reason, but that doesn't make any sense. I mean, let's just print. Just so that we can see if our values are different. So canvas view is C600. 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 So we're definitely not getting a different canvas value. So our on first responder change should fire. I just want to double check this. Yeah, so this one is firing during that other point. On first responder change did exist. It wasn't nil. So that should have been this. So why didn't that fire? This is what doesn't make sense to me. We had such a nice run of it actually giving me the toolbar back, but now it changed its mind. I see how it is. Hey, that onion, how are you doing? How's it going? It's going pretty good. Well, Xcode's being Xcode. Where's the method that the key path observer uses? That is a good question. Why do I have a different key path observer? Just waking up to a new day? Nice. Add observer. Yeah, no, why am I doing that? This is a great question. How does KVO even work? There's like a method that you got to implement, right? And I don't think that I've implemented that method. Well, this is how to do block-based. Sorry, I'm showing my age. Closure-based. So yeah, what am I doing here? KVO. Yeah, I need to implement some kind of method to do that, right? Add observer, observe value for key path. Person implements the observe value for key path method. Yeah, I don't seem to have that. Why are there two different ones that look identical? Find out. Hey, Badman, how are you doing? Observe value. Yeah, close enough. Choco, Coco. Whatever works. Oh, this is a class function. That's why that's not working. Okay, cool. Or not why it's not working. We haven't actually tried it yet. You resisted an Xcode crash since it's Friday night and nobody deserves that. Cuckoo, yes. Yeah, this wasn't why it doesn't work because I haven't actually tested it yet, but it was why there were two identical ones because one was a class func and one was not a class func. And then let's print. I don't know what to print. Object. Because what we're observing is whether or not this thing is the first responder, right? So even that didn't trigger. This is very interesting. I mean, I guess I could use the... Well, this is weird. Okay, so this doesn't have the closure-based one that Hacking with Swift is showing. Oh, it's .observe. And then I have to, accept the value here. Which is interesting. Okay, that's fine. Key path. PK canvas view is first responder. Like, what's interesting is that it is actually changing. Like it is actually firing these is first responder changes over here. Wherever that was. I don't know where that went. Canvas view? Like these were actually running. And we can see that these are actually running because this print self is still happening. Which means that this is on first responder change is also in theory happening. And we looked at this and we saw that this was not nil. This did exist. But then we set our breakpoint in here and nothing happened. So I'm wondering also, like, is there something where maybe just breakpoints are working? Does become first responder return false? It returns whatever super was. So I don't know is the answer to that question. We can look at it later. Cannot convert value type string to expected argument type. key path. Oh, do I need to do that? How do I do this? Observe \person.name. Yeah, this is what I want. Cannot convert value of type PK canvas bool into expected argument type key path canvas bool. Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, we don't care about the fact that that's unused yet. Let's just... Well, we might care about that because that might mean that the observer is getting dropped on the floor. Well, I guess we don't actually care. Private var observation key value observation. What does this return? NS key value observation. That's why the other observer method didn't work? The wrong key path? I don't know that I trust that because this is just stringly based and so it shouldn't matter, but we can check that as well. I'm slightly more skeptical of that theory. Well, we did print gross a couple times. Can I filter this to just my stuff? No. Updating to... Where did we print that? That was printed on this. So, is first responder changed? Doesn't exist. So this line never gets fired. This line is getting fired. Okay, what? This is where we have our breakpoint. So this is getting fired now. So it's almost like breakpoints just aren't working. Cool. Let me literally set the breakpoint on that line that prints. And then if we see that line get printed, then we know that breakpoints basically just aren't working. And then despite having the strongly typed is first responder here, this line never did get printed. So we're gonna take a look at this. Okay, so, what? Nothing makes sense. Okay, so if we jump to the next line, it just jumped over the guardlet itself. I don't understand. It jumps straight to here. Okay, but yeah, sure. PO tool picker is visible. True. PO canvas view canvas is first responder. Also true. So neither of those things should be true. This is on canvas view become first responder. Okay, wait, no. So I think that is what we want here. What we then want is when we click done, that at least one of those things should be false. Tool picker is visible is now false. The canvas view is first responder is also false. So that should set is tool picker visible to false. That is a binding. That binding should be... That's set in the initial creation of the coordinator. Yeah, so that's set there. So that goes to is toolbar picker visible here. This seems like a problem. Oh, hang on. That's for this. Okay. Canvas. This. Okay, so this here is actually using that. Okay, sorry. I think we're, you know, I got a little too excited. Content view. So that should create the drawing canvas, which comes to editing state. So where's our drawing canvas? That goes here. It has a tool picker visible. Is equal to the editing state of the wrapped value of the tool picker showing. So then we should have this. Oh, is tool picker visible? Editing state, setting tool picker visible. But we don't say what that value is to. Yeah, that's our problem. Okay. Because this, I think, defaults always to true. And this should actually be new visibility. Which is this right here. There we go. That's probably our bug right there. Because we were setting it always to true when we should be setting it to some other value. Hey, there we go. All right. This is a fun debugging experience. Let's go delete all of our prints and useless stuff so we can get rid of this whole thing because it never worked. We can get rid of this. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. Right? No. Yeah, I guess we can get rid of all of these. Okay. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of this print. We can drop my phone on the floor. I don't know if you could even hear that, so that may have just come out of nowhere. But my phone fell on the floor, and it made a noise. We can get rid of this, which probably shouldn't have existed anyway. We can get rid of... Didn't I create a NS key value observation somewhere? Yeah, here we go. It was loud and terrible. Okay, so we've gotten rid of all of those changes. And then did we make any changes to canvas view? Yes, we did. Get rid of that. All right, let's go back to our Emacs. So I think all of these are good now. With the... Well, I guess if we don't need old value, we can actually just drop all of this. I still don't know why. Well, I mean, I guess we figured out that breakpoints were being a little silly. There's no reason why this shouldn't work if we put it in here. I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to run it, and then it's not going to work, and I'm going to feel like I'm losing my mind. But we are going to put that there for now. And then that way, everything's a lot cleaner, I think. Yeah, because this is the only changes we're making now. It's basically, this line fixed the bug. This was cleanup. This was cleanup. This was cleanup. This is just formatting. So yeah, let's build and run this and see if this still works. Click. Click. Hey. Okay. Not Safari. Emacs. Fix. Tool bar not reappearing when tool picker dismissed. Hooray. Okay. I think that did eat up enough time to actually fill a stream, and I don't feel like I'm leaving early. So thank you all for watching. I'll be back Monday night working on probably this some more. We've got plenty of more things to tackle. But yeah, I think this was a good stream. We cleaned up the UI a lot. We have a background color. We have a color picker that doesn't quite look how we want it to look yet, but we can figure that out in the future. Yeah, no, I think we made a lot of good progress tonight. And we fixed the bug with the tool picker not coming back. So yeah, I think that was the good overall set of things that we got accomplished tonight. And yeah, hope to see you again Monday night, where we'll work on even more of these issues. So see you then. Bye.